So we get a slideshow of the latest Mercedes car. Look at that. Woo! New Mercedes. Pastor Mark, it'd be a great company car for us. Look at those wheels, you know. Just flick through, we can see the, you know, nice and long, and then look at the doors coming up, and look at the boots. But this is the amazing thing. Look at the interior. It's got a joystick, not a steering wheel. Look at that. Actually, now all your 10-year-olds will be able to drive a car better than you now. That's what that means. Anybody who's got a PlayStation at home is now past their driving test. But you see, it's kind of fresh, and it's different, and it's mad, and it's new. And not everything that is new is good, is it? Not everything that is new is kind of easy to handle or easy to work. But let's give something, because actually, I always believe that we've got an old message, but we need to bring it into new packaging. Do you know, we've got a gospel that is relevant for the last 2,000 years, will be relevant for the next 2,000 years, but sometimes we just need to update how we sell it, how we present it. We need to bring it into a new package, and this was a kind of a way. Not everything is easy to kind of just adopt for now. There's a story of a Christian and a friend who go to Nando's for kind of lunch. You know, it kind of seems like a Christian thing to do. I don't know what that's. Why it's Christian, but it just seems a lot of Christians go to Nando's, especially in this church. Anybody go to Nando's in this church? Now look, see, look at that. Sam's got 2 hands up, you know, he's got his loyalty card as well, you know, so we can get a free whole chicken at some point. So a Christian and this guy go to Nando's, and this guy, this Christian's friend is got a pluralist view, which means that always lead to God. Doesn't matter what you believe, you're going to find God. And so they're having this kind of debate about it, and this friend says, well look, I'm going to prove it to you. I'm going to buy a chicken and have every side order and put all sorts of different sauces on top of my chicken. So he does all this, he buys all the side orders, and he puts, you know, lemon and herb and hot and very hot and extra hot and hotter than hotter, and then Caribbean hot, you know, on top. He puts all of this chicken, and he has it there, and then he goes, look, see, it's all good, you know, sweet corn good, coleslaw good, beans good, chips good, it's all good, you know, so he's having it all together. Then they come to pay the bill, and the friend puts down a £20 note, and the Christian takes the £20 note, and he says, well, according to you, you're not getting anything back for this, because your change has to come from within. Oh, come on. So he thinks in that way. And do you know, sometimes new teaching is not always good teaching. New jokes are not always good jokes. You know, you're confused, you have no idea what I'm talking about. But new teaching or new things sometimes aren't always good. However, do you know what Jesus was doing? Jesus was bringing the truth of the Old Testament, and he was saying, hey, it's happening right now. And often, sometimes people say, oh, it's got to be the new thing. We've got to think new. No, we've just got to adopt it in a new way that fits for the people that we're trying to speak to. And suddenly Jesus is kind of doing that. He's bringing this in a new way. Interesting thing is that as a Christian, you have an invisible enemy. Do you know that? I'm sure you do. You have an invisible enemy. And just throughout this passage, you kind of see things that are happening to Jesus and around Jesus that are kind of in the invisible, aren't they? Other people just couldn't see them physically, but Jesus was dealing with them because he could see into that invisible realm and that invisible enemy that he's got. Somebody once said to me, Johnny, do you know there are demons at BCC? Like this, and they kind of went all wide-eyed. You know, when they kind of said that to me. And I said, well, are they coming or are they going? Which to me is kind of important, you know. And they didn't know what to say, so I said, well, do you know, I just kind of really believe that we do have invisible enemies. But we're not going to shy away from doing the right things. We know that the Holy Spirit, who is invisible to us, lives in our lives as well. So if we've got something good that's invisible, then I kind of believe that some things are going to come up against us that are bad too. So let's not shy away, but let's not live at the extremes. This is my theory. It's polar bears and penguins. Polar bears live at the North Pole. Penguins live at the South Pole, and never do they kind of cross. Penguins don't ever live at the North Pole, and polar bears don't ever live at the South Pole. They're kind of at the extremes. And this is what I think about kind of the demons, and people talk about all this, and they kind of make it all sound like it's all the Exorcist, and kind of things like that. And some people will have a view that, oh well, demons were for the Bible, and they were all of kind of a cannibal tribe in Peru, in South America, and that's where they are, in the jungles, or something like that. And then other people have the view that demons are everywhere. They trip over a doormat, and they go, oh, demon there, or spill their juice at home, or demon knock my juice over, and all that kind of stuff. And they kind of live at extremes. I really think that the Bible helps us to find that the truth is usually between the extremes. It's not that demons are everywhere, but they're not just hiding somewhere away that don't ever kind of come and occupy or kind of be around our territory in some way as well. There's something between the extremes, and there's an activity, but also we have protection. Let's get this kind of what I believe is something for us as Christians. As Christians, we belong to Christ. He bought us with a price on the cross. When Jesus died on the cross, and we accept Jesus to live in our hearts, I believe that we are the ownership, the property of God. That says to me that the devil can't own you. However, in some way, we're split into three areas into our lives. We have a physical body, we have a soul, which is our mind, will, emotions, all those kind of things, and we have a spirit. And we believe that as Christians, the Holy Spirit comes and lives in our spirit. That thing that was lost, that connection that was lost with Adam and Eve, gets restored when we kind of come and ask Jesus to live into our lives. The Holy Spirit, something of Him, comes and lives in us and kind of fills that area. However, our soul, our mind, our will and emotions can still be susceptible for Satan to take some ground and build strongholds into. So I'm kind of not really sure whether Christians will be demon possessed, because I'm not sure if possessed is the right word, but what I am sure about is that Christians can be under the influence of demonic things. That Christians can be subjected to demonic pressure. And I think that is interesting for us to kind of feel that there's somebody who's struggling with something. It might not be that kind of the devil owns you, but it might be that you're just under some attack, some influence, some pressure or oppression as Christians. Does that kind of make some sense?